Hi, my name is Kiko Gonzalez, and I have anxiety. And that's okay, because anxiety is normal. According to the Oxford Dictionary, anxiety is the state of feeling nervous or worried that something bad is going to happen. And that's a normal feeling. Everyone has anxiety. It would be unusual if you didn't. The problem becomes when these feelings become too intense or come too often or are just straight up uncontrollable. And that's what anxiety disorders are: strong feelings of anxiety. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about. I think the most important global health issue we can focus on is anxiety. Why, you may be asking? Why anxiety over everything? Well, I'd argue that anxiety is the most important because it affects our youth. According to the World Health Organization, it affects 40 million adults, 19% of the populations, age 18 and older every year. It's a big problem. Not to mention that between 13 and 18, 30% of adolescents, sorry, 30% of adolescents between 13 and 18-year-old also get affected by anxiety disorders. The problem with anxiety is that it affects our youth so hard. And the thing about affecting our youth is that it affects our future, our adulthood, and much beyond. When we have anxiety as a kid, it affects our education, our family, our friends, and everything social, right? So when we become an adult, we don't have a good education because we're too afraid to go to school, we're too afraid to make mistakes, we get test anxiety. All these things are just super intense, right? And it affects everything. And then it affects our adulthood too. So it's important that we find solutions or highlight solutions and raise awareness for this topic, because lots of adolescents, lots of kids, and lots of teenagers, and lots of young adults my age are going through something they've never experienced before and don't know how to deal with it, right? Another reason I want to highlight this issue is because a lot of people don't take this seriously, especially among men, right? When men think of anxiety or anxiety disorders, they think just man up. They don't take it seriously. And that's what really saddens me, right? There are some people in this world that do not take this seriously enough. This is a global issue. This is a serious issue. It affects millions and millions each year. And I think it's important that we highlight its potency in our youth and our adults, right? Okay. So anxiety disorders can range from a variety of different things, right? Again, according to the World Health Organization, anxiety has different sub terms, right? So you can have general anxiety disorder, you can have panic disorder, you can have social anxiety disorder, you can have separation anxiety, phobias, and much, much more. But generally, they all have the same symptoms, which are trouble concentrating, irritability, nausea, heart palpitations, sweating, trouble sleeping, or a deep sense of impending doom, panic, or danger. I've once heard anxiety described as this: you're in a dark room with hands around your neck. You never know when the hands are going to choke you, but they're always there looming. That's what anxiety feels like. It may seem hopeless, especially if you have anxiety, because I've had it too. And I want you to know that you're not alone, and there are ways to combat anxiety. It's not hopeless. It's far from it, actually. This is normal. So, according to another website, I believe it is the Mayo Clinic Health System, there are 11 main ways to cope with anxiety disorder. One is to keep physically active. Exercise. Exercising can improve happiness, it can reduce stress, and it makes you healthier, of course. So, people underestimate, especially nowadays, the power of exercise. Our society has pushed this kind of lethargic, no moving, lay in bed all day, rotting away type society, and I don't like it because, one, it pushes more people to become anxious, and two, it makes people unhealthier. So go exercise. At least 30 minutes a day can make a big difference in how you feel. It will, I promise. And next is avoiding alcohol and recreational drugs. If you use alcohol and recreational drugs to cope with stress or anxiety, you are using it wrong. You are not, you shouldn't use drugs this way, right? Alcohol should not be used as a coping mechanism. It's unhealthy. It makes your anxiety worse. And then now you are dependent on alcohol or another substance to deal with your stresses. And then what happens if you don't have it? You're going to explode. It's important that we cope in healthier ways than these. Okay? And then quit smoking. Smoking has been proven to increase anxiety. So I would just avoid it if you're just struggling with it massively. It's important that you get rid of this. Using stress management and relaxation techniques. So doing things like yoga, meditation, and breathing techniques like the box method to help calm you down when you're stressed out or having an anxiety attack. Eat healthy foods. A diet can go a long way. If you eat more healthy foods, you'll notice that you'll feel better and have less anxiety. Learn more about your disorder. If you have generalized anxiety or panic disorder or any of these, it's important that you understand how it works so you can learn how to combat it. If you don't know what you're going against, how are you supposed to fight it, right? And then stick to your treatment plan. If you're on medication, stick to it. If you are exercising every day, do it. If you're avoiding alcohol, do it. And if it's working for you, stick to it. Don't give up. It might come back if you stop doing these things or go back to how you were before, Keep a journal. Journaling has been shown to reduce anxiety, and it helps you with mindfulness and reflecting on who you are as a person. Identify triggers and socialize. So identifying your triggers is important because if you know what your triggers are, you can, one, either avoid them, or two, try to fight them by mini exposure. For example, if you're if you have social anxiety, you can start small. Start with one person, then gradually go up, right? And for socializing, it's important that we all socialize. We're humans. Humans are social creatures. We need to socialize. So it's important to go outside and talk to people. Anxiety is a serious topic. And if you take one thing away from it, or a couple things from this little spiel, it's that anxiety is real. It's a serious problem. And two, if you have anxiety, you are not alone, and there are ways to combat it. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.